Okay, at long last, I'm out here and ready to start fishing. I'm up on Hutchinson Island. This is the Indian River, and I'm fishing a little creek leading out to the main river. It takes about 2 hours to get up here and longer to set the boat up and all, and had to get my trailer and vehicle out of the way of a dump truck that was wanting to get down the access road, so I think we got that all straightened out. I'll be paddling down this creek to the open water, seeing some mullet jump, which is a good sign. It's not too windy. May get some storms later, but about a 30% chance, so may or may not happen. I don't have a lot of confidence about today. I haven't been back to this section of the Indian River, or any section, since last April. I don't usually do particularly well here, but there are sea trout and snook and many other species in the Indian River. I just haven't yet quite figured out a way to catch them. The tide differential today is pretty low, so there won't be a lot of current, so that's probably not a good thing. But with fishing, you never really know. Even when the conditions seem perfect, often you don't catch any fish. Today they're sort of half and half, and we'll see what happens. I'm going to probably be mostly spin fishing today. I already put on the Miradyne, which I've done well with at Jonathan Dickinson and MacArthur. It tends to be a little more weeds here in the Indian River, grass flats as they're called, and since the Miradyne suspends halfway between the surface and the bottom, I may pick up some of those, and if that happens I may have to put on something else just to keep the weeds off. But it's a little bit after, almost 11:30 now. I'm going to give it a try and see what happens. Well, that didn't take too long. Got something on here, something not too big. Don't know what it is. Getting a little closer. Let me reel in, and I'll turn the camera back on when I get it a little closer. Okay, a little snapper of some kind. About the size of the sunnies I was catching yesterday. Freshwater, but hey, that's a good start for the day. I'm happy. I've already got the skunk out of the boat, and I've only been in the boat about 5 minutes, so I'll keep on making my way on out to the river and see if anything else is out there. Well, I got out to the mouth of this creek and found a school of small snook right here at the mouth of the thing. There's a bunch of little ones hanging off those mangroves directly in front of me. I've already had 3 or 4 hit, but they're pretty small and they've all come off. But I'm going to stay here a bit. Maybe there'll be a little larger one in the area. Some guys fishing behind me. I bet they're looking at me hooking these fish and wishing they got here first, but that's the way things go. So let me go on back to fishing for a bit. Well, never did catch anything of that school of dolphin there, so I've paddled out a little further, just at the mouth of the creek into the Indian River. Start to see some white caps further out, but there's also some dolphins working. There's one a couple of 100 yards ahead of me. It's been working out there. Some birds as well. I've always heard that as soon as you see a dolphin, you can forget catching any fish because they all scatter. Well, and I hadn't had a hit in about half an hour, 45 minutes. I'm going to work around to this point here. Provides a little bit of lee, and here's this dolphin. He's coming up real close. Let me see if I can zoom in on him. He comes up again. There he is. There he is. There's one of them out there. Almost always swim in pairs. I don't know if you can see it on this video, but they're out there working. He's a little bit behind me. Alright, back to fishing. Well, I just switched baits. I put on this saltwater plastic bait, looks like a shrimp, and almost immediately hooked this trout. Alright, maybe that was the problem. I hadn't been getting anything in an hour or so. So I put this on as I'm drifting across the mouth of this creek, and this guy hit it immediately. He's pretty small, and I'm going to put him back immediately. But alright, that's a start. Well, not much is happening other than the fact that the wind is picking up quite a bit. Seemed to be coming from the north when I was out near the mouth of this creek near the Indian River, but now that I'm on the creek, which runs east-west, it seems to be coming straight east from the ocean. So don't think I'll be doing much more fly casting today. I'll have to go back to spinning equipment probably for the rest of the day. I'll probably troll a little and see if I can pick anything up here in this area. It seems to me that the area directly in front of me is fairly shallow. I remember being here about a year or so ago where I guess it was at low tide and it was only 6 to 12 inches deep. I don't know if that means that fish will congregate there or not. I'll have to see where I can be that the wind is not such a problem. I can still navigate the boat with my spinning rod and the rudder as I'm moving through the wind. It's a lot harder if I'm trying to cast. So I'll probably just troll a little while and see what happens. Mullet is definitely hitting the surface, but not getting much action, at least not in the last hour or so. Well, I was about to give up on the day. I haven't had a bite in about an hour and a half when this snook came out of the mangroves and hit my bait. It's a, what is that thing called? It's called it's a jig head with a gulp shrimp, plastic gulp shrimp on it. Yep, I saw one of his brethren came up and took a look at him too when I had him on. I let me get him off and see if there's another one out. A little after 3 o'clock. I'm at the mouth of the creek for the second time. I'm going to start heading back towards the boat launch. I'm going to fish the left side of the creek going back to the launch. I caught that snook by throwing that gulp shrimp into little pockets in the mangroves, and that snook came out of one of the pockets, and I'm going to try doing the same thing on the left side this time. I'm not sure if I'll catch any more, but if not, then this will be it. If I catch some more, I'll turn the camera back on.